course, in New Zealand we're all huge Scott Dixon fans. When he won his first championship in Indycars with Chip Ganassi Racing, I designed and made this car, which is his 2004 car with the number 1 on it. Of course, he was number 9 when he won the championship. The cars are very similar from one year to the next. So I was teaching, and one of the things I had some of my students doing was to design slot cars, and I made this one as a bit of an example of the whole process of designing and making the car. So the idea is that everything is made from scratch as much as possible. The wheels are made from aluminium turned down on a lathe. The axles are 3mm silver steel with a thread turned on them, and then there are nuts securing the wheels either side, so there's no thread in the wheels themselves. The chassis is a piece of aluminium, and the idea was to make it from one piece including the rear wing, so that's all folded up out of one piece, up and over and round. So there was a fair bit of mocking up I did with cardboard first, and I'd been building things this way out of cardboard and metal for many years, since I was quite young. One of the things we had at work was a vacuum former, so we could make the body plug, if you like, from the shape from wood, and then vacuum form clear plastic over it, which is a very traditional slot car body making method, of course. The tyres are made from rubber tube of various types that we would find and cut down, so it's a matter of finding the right size. All the decals are made in a similar way to the other Indycars I made. They're all hand drawn and then photocopied and shrunk down a bit. They're all faded now. There's a single machine screw, 3mm machine screw, that goes through to the top, and the nut here where more or less where the steering wheel would be. So when that comes out, the body lifts away, and it's painted on the inside, which is, you know, what you do with the clear plastic so that it withstands knocks. You can see it's had a fair beating and it's a bit broken and cracked in places. It's surviving, but it's not all that strong, of course. The driver's helmet is part of the mould, moulded in there, and little mirror sort of lumps really for mirrors. So that's all one piece. Of course, the motor and the gears are the only parts that I had to source, you know, from existing toys. There's just a little strap bracket made from aluminium, held together with machine screws held on there. There's actually a piece of lead in here now, which just helps to hold the nose down, because the whole car is actually fairly light. It's very light because the aluminium is probably about 0.6 of a millimeter thick, so not all that robust when you crash it into something. Even the guide flag is made from a piece of nylon, so cut down just in a vise with a hacksaw, slots, and the cut in with a hacksaw with a bolt or machine screw as the post, a nylock nut on the top. The front axle is just held in with a piece of crimped aluminium there to stop the axle moving too much side to side, but there is a bit of float there just so the car doesn't understeer off the track. It's all painted with just enamel paints. And even the braids are made by stripping down old coaxial cable. So totally made from scratch, and just from drawing from video still frames actually. And of course the cars go through a lot of different aerodynamic configurations at different tracks, so I did a lot of research by looking at the videos and freeze framing and drawing, and decided on which version of the aerodynamic package I was going to do. So I think, if I remember rightly, this is a sort of a medium downforce package, so not Indianapolis, but it doesn't have like the extra kind of flip ups at the back here by the wheels, which the car would sometimes have.